Now, I consider my GPX750R to be a hidden gem. There's a lot of bikes that I lusted for over the years, and when I finally got them, I was either neutral about it or a little disappointed. Not this bike. This was way better than I ever thought it would be. And everybody that's ever ridden this bike, and pretty much all my friends have ridden it, most recently Jim and Guy, or Luciano too, they all have the same feeling about the bike. It really overperforms. You look at it, you know it's an older bike, it's historically registered, and you think, how much fun can this be to ride? Then you get on it and you find out, wow, it's a gem, a hidden gem. It's got a great suspension still after all these years. Beautiful sound from the Muzzy muffler. And because I maintain it, I actually over-maintain it. And I pre-flight it every time I ride the bike. Make sure the radar detector's working. And make sure I have a good track on the weather for the day, which looks like a great day today. I can't wait to get out on the open road with my hidden gem. I remember just like it was yesterday, the day I had the bike all put together in one piece, just as you see it here, with all the paintwork buffed out, all the polishing done, all the little detailing done. I took it out in the sun for the first time, took it out of the garage on a sunny day, did a photo shoot, and Karen came out and she said, wow, she was really impressed. She always liked the color, of course. And she said, that's a gem. Now she knows that I paid almost no money for the motorcycle because when I got it, it had been in a one of these containers with a leaky roof for 3 or 4 years, and negotiating the price down to almost nothing was part of the deal. But I knew I was going to do the total restoration, and it looks like it worked out pretty well. Now, this bike has a unique fork shifting system, and I've never yet found a quick shifter kit or a quick shifter plug and play that would work on this bike. It may be one. If you know it is one, send me the link, please. But anyway, this would be the perfect bike to have a quick shifter on. And I was super impressed when I got my MT-09 and put the quick shifter on, how much fun it was. And this is a perfect bike because going through the gears and maxing it out at redline, that Muzzy muffler just, it's music to my ears. And this would be a perfect bike if somebody can figure out where we can get a quick shifter for it. But I'm not going to hold my breath. But you know what? Even without a quick shifter and no safety features, it's an absolute blast to ride. often think another test for any bike that you think is a gem or you think is a keeper is if it holds its value. If you buy it for X amount of money, spend X amount of money restoring it, you hope it would be worth 2X at some point in the future. Well, this bike has certainly exceeded that in every way possible. And all of the little details on the bike, and there are hundreds of little polished parts, and this custom lettering that John Pothier came up with, the custom paintwork to match my Toxic Avenger aeroplane, the Valentine radar mounts, all of the little things that went into the bike. In the end, it just paid big dividends. My humble collection of one bike from every 10-year period I've been involved in motorcycling, the whole idea of it is that these bikes from different eras feel different, they deliver the power different. In the case of the modern MT-09 or the R1, they have tremendous low-end torque, riding modes, and different electronic things. This bike is old school. It just wants to rev. It's like an RD with tuned pipes. It just wants to go to red line and go through the gears. It's not a great bike for low-end torque. If you're going to pass somebody, you really should go down a gear or two. But boy, once it gets cooking, does it ever impress the hell out of you sometimes. And it's just so much fun to go through those gears. And surprisingly enough, even though it's an old school bike, it still gets really good mileage. I am always impressed when a bike gets more than 45 miles to a gallon. Always. I was really lucky when I got this bike because, again, it was in really rough shape. A lot of rust. And one of the things I was afraid the suspension was going to be, well, at least not as good as it could be. Well, I was totally wrong. The air shock in the back is just about as good as when it was new. And the front forks, they have a lot of travel, an exceptional amount of travel. And they are really comfortable, and going through these twisties, you can figure out yourself how good they handle. Now, of course, all styling, paintwork is in the eye of the beholder, but I just think this bike, all the bikes from this era, this 10-year period, some of them really got hokey. Some of them really got, I don't know, well, especially the paint jobs on some of them. And not to mention any in particular, but I think this one is right up at the top with the ones that the styling looks like it's going to last forever. It's timeless. It doesn't come into style and go out of style, and all of a sudden it doesn't look like it belongs. This one kind of has a classic look, like a 55 Chevy, that kind of a thing, where you see it and you know exactly what it is. I'm 80 years old, and my track days are at best over, and I have a lot of great memories. But I still have the twin to this bike, and I still have some extra body work. And if Guy is interested, we're going to think about it over the summer. If Guy is interested, we can make up a spare track bike for him. He seems interested in doing the work. We may get it together, and the track bike, the parts are all there. All it would be is an assembly, and Guy is a competent painter. He can pick up a fancy paint job on it and have a spare track bike for very, very little money. I even have an extra set of wheels and an extra exhaust system and muffler. Should be a fun project if Guy wants to do it. In the meantime, I have had so many good track days with this bike, so many good street rides, that this has been one of the best investments, absolutely, of my whole life. Right about at this point in the ride, I'm appreciating how good that seat is. It doesn't look real thick. It is really good, believe me. And I'm always inclined toward the end of every ride, I just think the time I spent doing this, it was basically a whole winter, roughly 500 hours. I'm not sure about the money that I spent, but it wasn't excessive for sure. And to have this bike at this point in my life, being 80 years old, it has been a turnkey, maintenance-free bike for so many years, and it looks like it's going to go on actually for a lot longer. Looks like Karen was right all along. It is a hidden gem. It has stood the test of time, and I think for sure it's a sad scenario, but I think the bike absolutely is going to outlive me. That's for sure. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very, very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click, and it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen, playlists. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do, the painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.